Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and it is time to go over some more SimGuru Q&A about the upcoming Life and Death expansion pack. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So you may remember in the recent laundry list, they mentioned that one thing that they're going to be including in the upcoming update is that mermaids will finally have their own tombstone. So SimGuru Ninja took to Twitter to post a preview of both the mermaid tombstone and the mermaid urn. That's great that we're finally getting these, because I know people have been complaining about how the mermaids don't have their own special urn and tombstones like the other occults do. And while an island living refresh is probably never gonna happen, at least we do have this now, since we have this upcoming pack that focuses on the death aspect of the game, so this seems to be what justified that. But SimGuru Morgan had an interesting response, saying, you know what would be so cool? If any sim could use these. Like, if a normie sim who loved mermaids could choose this as their urn, wouldn't that be cool? And I said, so that's what you were teasing the other day? Wild how I was just thinking about this, but in reverse. So occults would not have to have a grave that stands out if they don't want to. But then Morgan says, oh no, this is small compared to that. So of course, that got the Sims community speculating. Ninja also replies saying, or other options? Why? I don't know what you mean. And Morgan says, no, of course not. I'm not really sure what those other options would be, other than maybe being able to manually set whether it is a tombstone or an urn. But with the speculation about what the big thing could be, Quentin says, I hope we're not setting our expectations far too high. Morgan then says, world might be too high. It's Create a Sim related, but not like new outfit CAS cool. Cooler than that. You may resume speculating. And I think this actually narrows it down a lot. And I think this is going to be the ability to turn your existing sim in Create a Sim as you're creating them into an occult anytime, much like how you can in The Sims 3. I always found it so baffling how they changed that in The Sims 4 when we got aliens with Get to Work, where it's like you gotta choose like the picker from the bottom, and then it's like alien or vampire, werewolf, whatever, and then it has to generate an entirely new sim. You can't just like be halfway through making a sim and then realize, oh wait, this sim would make a great spellcaster. No, you would have to either start over or finish making the sim and then make them a spellcaster through the in-game method in the magic realm, but not always going to be a thing that you're going to want to do every time. So this would be a great update in my opinion. It's something they should have had like that from the beginning. I think what also makes this update more likely is the fact that with Life and Death, ghosts are going to get an upgrade. And if I'm right about this, then I think we will be able to create ghosts directly in Create a Sim as well. I think that'd be pretty neat, especially if you could choose the exact cause of their death, and then you'd have more choices depending on which packs you have installed. But the reason people were speculating a Worlds update is because on the roadmap towards the end, they tease free updates and then show a parody of the World Major Arcana card with some worlds on there. So it seems logical to expect something like that sometime this season. But I'm thinking that could be a major update that happens a little while after Life and Death, because basically after this expansion pack is out, we have everything on the roadmap. And that roadmap only came out last month, and it's supposed to cover the rest of the year. One thing that was revealed after the roadmap is the fact that we're getting creator kits starting in November, but we don't know how many of those we're gonna get, and it probably is not going to be the only thing. I think at the very least we'll get like a Sims Delivery Express drop or some kind of free content before the holidays. However, there is one thing we know that we're not going to be getting with this upcoming update. Molly, the English simmer, says, not so secretly hoping Zodiac signs are coming to the base game update before Life and Death drops. And Morgan says, I'm sorry to be a bummer, but to set expectations, we are not doing that in this pack or with the upcoming update. To be honest, they're not really a huge want for me. In The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, they had a decent impact because of the personality point system and the signs being labeled with those. But in The Sims 3, I don't remember them doing much at all, so if they ever do come back in The Sims 4, I hope they come up with some way to make them more impactful. Next is some talk about Nervous Subject returning from The Sims 2, or at least the very strong likelihood of that happening. They're still kind of avoiding confirming directly that yes, it is him, but Morgan says that this art is amazing by SimScraper. Yeah, SimScraper is an amazing artist who actually did some emotes for me for my Twitch quite a while back. But anyways, also, if he was Nervous Subject when he lived with the Beakers who were experimenting on him, who was he before? I bet he even had a real name. Ornstein replies saying, I suppose him getting an actual name would make sense in a timeline where he never met the Beakers. Hopefully your boy finally gets to be happy for a chance, or he just has bad luck following him everywhere he goes. Haha! Morgan says, he has something following him everywhere he goes. You might say it's chasing him. There is that chased by death trait that's supposed to be in the pack, so that's probably what she means. Morgan also tweeted about the new swimsuit, saying, I can't wait for everyone to see all of the variants of these swimsuits. They fit the macabre trait so well. They're my new favorites. Okay, new favorites after that gnome one. It is so rare that we get new swimwear, so that's actually one of the reasons why Poolside Splash is one of my most used kits. But that is really cool, and it's an interesting style as well. So yeah, I definitely am looking forward to getting a new swimsuit and seeing all of its swatches. Lastly, we have SimGuru Bat's new profile picture featuring this new hair from Life and Death. So it's cool, we get to see it from another angle and in another color. And it is an interesting style compared to the sort of hairstyles that we typically get. But that's pretty much it for now. So I hope I'm right about that Create a Sim update. And that is nice that we're finally getting a unique tombstone and urn design for mermaids. Probably one of the prettiest in the game. And that wraps up another Sims Info Thoughts video. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on Life and Death so far in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.